What's good, y'all? I'm just getting off work and I'm just getting wind of this story. I usually don't do stuff like this, but I gotta touch on this. Um, Now, this is what they're saying. I don't speak like this, but this is what they're saying. The white homeowner accused of shooting a black teen who rang his doorbell turns himself in and is released on bail. All right, now from what I read, I'll read a little bit real quick. The 84-year-old man accused of shooting a black teenager who rang his doorbell in Kansas City, turned himself in Tuesday and was later released on bail, authorities said. Um, Andrew Lester, who faces 20 felony charges, assault in the first degree, and armed criminal action in April 13th shooting of Ralph Yarl, will be arraigned Wednesday afternoon, according to Yarl's family. Attorney Lee Merritt, CNN has reached out to prosecutors to confirm the information. Lester turned himself in at a detention center Tuesday. Then hours later, he was released on bail. Really? Uh, the conditions of his $200,000 bond profit him from having any type of weapon and cannot have direct contact with Yarl or his family, according to Clay County Sheriff's Office spokesperson Sarah Boyd. So that's the article. All right. Now, this 84-year-old man heard his doorbell being rung. The little boy was given an address, the same number, same street, but it was something something, and then the boy got the address mixed up. Okay, here or there. So he got the address mixed up, rung the doorbell to go pick up some family members. Here, let me read that. Hold on. Bear with me, y'all. Lester has not told police he and the teen did not exchange words before he fired at him through a locked glass door. A locked glass door. This man fired through the door. It wasn't a break and enter. It wasn't a burglary. It wasn't a robbery. But he shot the victim on the outside of the door, and he was inside his house. So basically, the boy was going to go pick up some family members, and he got the wrong address. Same number, same street, but it was just it was a mix-up. So the man shot through the door. So this man wasn't charged with attempted homicide. He should have been charged with attempted homicide. It's not a homicide because the little boy isn't dead, thank goodness. But he has a long recovery. Now, attempted homicide is you trying to kill that person. This man shot this boy in his head, shot this 16-year-old boy in his head. And then when he fell on the ground, he shot him again. And little boy stumbled to neighboring houses looking for help. This man feared his life. He feared for his life. So he say, but how? Your door's locked. The boy wasn't pounding on your door. He rung your doorbell. He didn't show no weapons. You saw his hands. You fired at him because he was a black kid. You shot him in the head, and he hit the ground. Now he's terrified that the boy is living. I'm sure he is. But this man gets a pat on the back. Now he out on bail. Why does he even get a bail? You and me can't scream self-defense shooting somebody through your door. You on the inside, they on the outside. That's not unlawful entry. They didn't break in. They didn't get in. Why are you firing through the door? You could have been calling. The man could have called the police while the boy was ringing his doorbell. He had time to go get his gun. Maybe he had his gun on him. Maybe he carried his gun around and got a license to carry. He carried it around in the house. Cool. But there was no pounding, no banging on the door. Why didn't that man call the police? Why didn't the man call the police? He wanted to shoot that boy. shot that boy in his head, and he shot him again when he was on the ground. So you sitting here telling me this man didn't want to kill this boy. He feared for his life. No, you didn't. The door was locked. Your screen door was locked. You fired through the door. You had time to call the police. I didn't have time to call, but you had time to go grab that gun, didn't you? You fired through a screen door because you saw a black boy outside on your step ringing your doorbell. And you shot him. If you do go to prison, Mr. Old Man, bless you. Bless you. You shot a kid. Somebody didn't even get to see what the world is like yet. Now you put a hold on his life because he got to recover. Who knows what he was involved with in school? You know, maybe some higher classes, maybe some programs to advance his career as he gets older. But you put a dent in that because you took it upon yourself to just say, hey, I'm gonna shoot somebody today. There's no way somebody could tell me that was right. In a home invasion, it's not a home invasion unless they in your house. And they're not gonna consider it a home invasion unless you damn near beat to death and your door kicked in and the dude is in the house and people laying around bleeding. It ain't a home invasion. So what you say? Oh, I thought he was gonna rob me. How's somebody gonna rob you? He outside the door. He ain't breaking in. He rung the doorbell. Listen, y'all, it's real out here. Keep your eyes open and keep y'all kids safe. Keep your kids safe. It can happen to anybody. Little kids could be going for Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, selling those mint cookies, selling all those Lorna Doones, selling them Girl Scout cookies, the Boy Scout cookies. People used to go around in school selling stuff for the school, and the more they sell, they get a prize. And you got to ring a doorbell to do that. You mean to tell me you shoot first? A kid at that? A kid at that? So basically, you would have shot a kid that looked like you on your doorstep because you thought they was gonna rob you, right? No, you shot him because he was black. Let's just keep it real. You shot him because it was a black kid at your door. Had that have been another kid at the door, you'd, oh, can I help you? You need some help? I can hear people now, well, how can you say that? He might have shot him. Well, then they need to do more than rubber room that man. He don't need to be out on bail. How you out on bail? I know people right now that get caught for marijuana. They get caught for selling drugs. They ain't out on bail. They ain't got no bail. And all they did was sell something to try to put some food on the table. This man put a bullet in a kid's head and shot him extra somewhere else. And he out on bail? You selling drugs trying to feed your family, there is no bail for you. You ain't killed nobody. You just trying to feed your family because you can't get a job. Whatever reason, but you selling drugs. You arrested with no bail. Oh, I forgot. They gave you 6 years just for selling a bunch of pounds of weed or pounds of whatever. No bail. No homicide, no murder, nobody hurt. You just sold some drugs to put some food on your table, to pay your car note, to pay your mortgage. No bail. But this man shoots a child. He got bail. I love y'all. It's real out here. They need to do something with that old man. I don't care because he old or not. He knew what he was doing. He knew what he was doing. I could see if he was a kid, confused and mind control, but that was a grown man shot a child. Kid ain't stand a chance. Sickening, man.